like to bring up our fabulous, la más bonita, la más excelente, Ángel Tlahuis Papalot. Can I get a big hand for Ángel Tlahuis Papalot? She's gorgeous and divine. She's gorgeously divine. Yay.
Patiush, ni dala Ángel Constantino Fabián Vera, ni dala Tlahuis Papalot. Good evening, everyone. My name is Ángel Angel or Tlahuis. I use he, she, they pronouns. My people are Benza or Beniza from the high mountains of Oaxaca. Benza or Beniza is translated to people of the clouds because that's where our origin story begins. I have the great privilege and honor of serving as BAAITS, or the Bay Area American Indian Two-Spirits Executive Director currently. And I'm grateful for that opportunity. It took a lot of prayer work to be able to come into this role, into this position, because I knew of the legacy that existed with BAAITS, around BAAITS, and the legacy that exists around Two-Spirit and Indigiqueer folk here in the Bay Area. So truly an honor. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I get to serve dual roles tonight as Executive Director and Program Manager. Woohoo! And she's still standing. She's a little tired though. So this project that was envisioned by many folks before us, like many of what we currently have in community, started last year, and where we wanted to continue building upon the beautiful offerings that community was bringing onto and sharing with community. And the mini grant program appeared, and we borrowed the frameworks that existed in some of the local communities. And Zamora, this is Zamora's baby, by the way, and so they're present here as well. So Zamora and I, brainstormed in terms of what made sense, what was doable, to be able to have a low barrier process to ensure that community applied. And if community did not know how to apply for a mini grant or a grant, then to kind of share that knowledge, because that's what we do as well. Because sometimes it might be a little scary to put yourself out there, and apply for these grants. And so we had a cohort last year, and we had our first showcase last year. We were able to fund additional folks last year as well. They did not get to share the stage with the first cohort. Some of them are here and will be sharing the stage with the second cohort that we were able to invite this year. So congratulations, folks, because although we didn't want to make it a competitive process, it was really competitive. And the panel had a lot of very beautiful conversations around, and they were very intentional in terms of the work that we supported this year. One of the highlights for me was to be able to support cultural bearers as much as artists, and by default, I think some culture bearers are artists and some artists are cultural bearers. And so it was a very beautiful mix of community that was supported this year. So congratulations, enjoy yourselves tonight. And because, going back to my, my other role, I want to give props to Indigenous Pride Los Angeles, our sister organization from the South, who, lo and behold, said, are you interested in this funding opportunity? We're like, oh, of course. What is it about? And so it was with the California Native Voters Project. And so tonight, and all the beautiful staff, and actually I want to acknowledge all the beautiful folks who are making this possible, starting by Wen, Nico, Myra, Yaya, Cristal, and Extal, you know, and Tiger? Grr. Thank you everyone for being here. And for the most part, this small grant helps support tonight's event, as well as support the PSAs, the public service announcements that were taped earlier with some of the artists, which are going to be phenomenal. You know, so that came from the California Native Voters Project, and then the support to the artists themselves to do the work, and we do apologize for the lateness of hymns. But we are working with 2 fiscal sponsors. We're working with the Queer Cultural Center, which provided a lot of support in this process, and 7th Generation Fund. And bulk of the support or the funding came from the Hewlett Foundation. And the Hewlett believes in the work that we do, and they're engaged in the work, and shout outs to them, and hopefully it reaches them that we would love to continue this partnership, because it's a very beautiful partnership. So I'll stop there and thank everyone for allowing me to be of service. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Clauis.